So this is a tutorial on Zoom, the current platform we are using. Okay, so I am Carissa Balaria. Thank you. Please let me know if I'm going too fast. Let me know. So first things first. So how do we get? I'm sure you have Zoom now because we're all on Zoom. So for those of you, okay. Objectives. At the end of the lecture, you're supposed to know what Zoom is, how to log in, how to use Zoom, and what are the features of Zoom that you can use. Okay. So what is Zoom? It's a cloud video conference tool that can be used for online meetings, such what we are doing now. It also has the option to do group messaging. Okay. Meron pong chat option sa Zoom. So, for those of you who are still using your mobile devices, mas maganda po sana that you use the desktop version because here we are allowed to share our screens like what I am doing now. You can see my screen, okay? Which will be pretty hard to do on your phones or your iPads or tablets, okay? So, the download po siya. The address is zoom.us download/download. Okay. And they click this button over here saying download. After you have downloaded it, the next step is to create an account. If you don't have an account already, you write sign up, you click the orange button saying sign up, it's free. Okay. And then you just write in your email address and then your password and then you're good to go. Okay. Now, meron po yung ibang pricings. The basic account is free. The pro account costs around $7 or 747 pesos if you translate it into pesos. So, the basic account is still useful if you are not hosting. Because a free account, if there are more than 3 in attendance in the Zoom, it automatically limits your time to 45 minutes. So if you are a teacher, I do not recommend the basic account. So when you open Zoom, this is what you will see in the desktop, okay? So you will see this icon here. These icons over here, there are 4 icons. New meeting. You click this if you want to start a new meeting. Join if you already have the ID number, okay, and the password or the link. Okay. ID number lang po pala. That's the only thing you can place in the join. Okay. Next is over here, the one with the calendar looking number. The schedule to set up a future meeting. Okay? Kunyari po, gusto nyo mag-schedule in the future. Okay. And then, sharing screen is if, for example, you're not the host, but your host wants to share a file from your computer. There, you click this one to share your screen to an ongoing meeting. So on top, there are heading tabs, home, chat, meetings, contacts. Okay. So for the home that is placed in front of you right now, that's the main page. For the chat, you use that for conversations. You do this if you already know the email addresses of the people you are going to talk to. For meetings, you will see here upcoming meetings that are going to happen. You can view them, start them, edit them. For example, when I say edit, you can edit the title, you can edit the date when you want it done, you can edit the time. Okay. You may also delete scheduled meetings if they're no longer going to happen. Previous meetings, you may also view here if you recorded them. Okay. Then for contacts, you can add already the email addresses of people you know who have Zoom. So in meeting controls, the one in front of you, if you, but now it's on top. Okay, it's on top of your screen because someone is sharing. I'm sharing my video, my screen. So the control panels are no longer at the bottom. It's already on top. So what are the things you need to know as a student? So the mute button mutes a participant or mutes yourself. Okay. It is very distracting if there is someone talking and then somebody accidentally unmutes themselves and you hear laughter or the television ongoing or radio or something like that. So it is important before you start a meeting to mute your participants. Okay. I will teach you how to do that. Okay. I think I should share my wait, I will share my screen. Okay. So you can see my screen now. As I've mentioned, the control panels are over here on top. Okay. So start video, if I click on this arrow button, downward arrow button, it gives me three options. First is to select the camera, which I'm using now, which is my webcam from my laptop.
Ma'am Car, yung
Next,
display, hindi nagpalit. Nasa
hindi,
PowerPoint.
ito po. Hindi pa rin po ba?
PowerPoint pa rin.
I'm sharing my screen na po. Can you see the drop-down menu now? This one? Can you see this?
Still in meeting controls, ma'am.
Yes po, correct. But this one, can you see the I'm sharing my screen. Ito po. Select a camera, choose virtual
No.
background. You don't see that?
No,
Wala,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No.
Wait. Okay. Ngayon po. Can you see it? Maybe you won't see my ano. Can you see it?
Wala, ma'am. Wala po.
Wala
Yun pa
talaga?
din, PowerPoint slide pa din.
Wait. But yes, I'm not moving my PowerPoint slide. I'm just showing my... So now I'm in my screen. Can you still... What can you see?
Still the PowerPoint slide.
Mm-hmm. Where's my iPad? Wait. I will join via my cell phone so I can see my screen. Meetings. Okay. You really can't see it. Zoom won't allow me to share it. Okay. Well, anyway. Okay. So, isa-isahin po natin. So, the mute button allows you to mute or unmute. This is, where is my annotation? Annotate there. Spotlight. Okay, so this mute button, you can see na po, my cursor. I think you can see it below on the lower screen. Ito po. Hello. There. So, mute. Ito po yun. Sa start video, if you click on the button, it will give you three options. First is to choose or select your camera because aside from using your camera webcam, you may also attach your cell phone. But this uses a third-party app. Okay. Next is to choose a virtual background. As you can see behind me, that's not really my screen. I could choose that I'm in San Francisco. I can choose that I'm in the garden. I can choose to be outer space. But for now, I like this background. Okay? Next. Security. When you click on security, this only works when you're the host. It allows me to lock the meeting. When we lock the meeting, that means that nobody else can come in. If I want to limit the number of participants in a seminar or session, a lesson, I can already lock the meeting. I can also lock out my students if they are late, but I'm not going to do that, okay? When we say Zoom has this safety feature, because remember last May, if I'm not mistaken, there was an issue on the use of Zoom that they were not safe to use because of content being taken from meetings. So they required you to either provide a password or to enable a waiting room. So we know that the ones in attendance are those the people that we know. Okay? So, okay. Can I? Di pa rin nakikita. Ang aking screen. Okay. Still the PowerPoint. Okay. Next, what else? The polls is a feature that you can use. You can you can do online quizzes via Zoom. Usually mga multiple choice. Okay. That's via polls. You create a question in your main account. Later, I will do that. Okay. Then the chat box is, I think you know how to use that because we're using it now. There. So I just messaged you all using the chat box. Okay. Then new share. Yeah, this has to be operated by the host. Okay, or share screen. This green button over here. Yan, share screen. Host pong gagawa niyan. You have to ask permission if you can share your screen. Okay. Ideally, not all participants can share their screen unless it's a reporting, and then the host will allow you to share your screen. Okay. Next is to do a recording. Right now, we're recording it via cloud. Our Wesleyan account has the capacity to record, is using the enterprise account na free po ang cloud recording, unlimited cloud recording. Okay, now breakout rooms, you can see here, this is another option or feature you can use. What we can do here is to assign people. For example, we're doing a workshop. We can group people into 5 and then we separate them into groups. Okay? Now, what happens in breakout rooms, kung ilan po, like, right now we're at 81 people. So, if we divide this by 10 groups, so meron po tayong 8 in a room, you will not see each other, but the ones in the rooms will be able to talk to each other. Okay. Yeah, that's an option for that you have to activate in your account. What else? Ano pa ba andito? Okay. Okay, so that's yeah. That's pretty. These are the ones listed in front of you. Yung mute, start video, security, participant, chat, share screen. Yun lang po ang ginagamit natin pag tayo ay participant. Next po. Where's my PowerPoint? Ba't ayaw? Okay. What happened to my PowerPoint? Oh, okay, I'm done. Okay. So, that is basically how you would use Zoom. Is there a problem po ba logging in pag Zoom? I'm not sure if you can see my screen because I am, Okay, I'm sharing my screen now. I will go back to our meeting. Okay, ka-minimize ako. Share screen. Where is my Zoom? There. Okay. Zoom won't let me share my in-picture Zoom. I do not know why, but it won't let me share you what I'm seeing now. Okay. So, may tanong po ba kayo regarding Zoom before I proceed to the, okay, how to activate na lang. Okay, I will do the, okay, now I'm in my browser. Let's go to Zoom. Okay. So here, I go to my account. Okay, so I'm using right now the Wesleyan account. Pero I'll go to my, anyway, I'm at Wesleyan's account. I go down here to admin, and then I do account management, account settings, tapos meeting, ito po, meeting yung tab. And then, ito yung lahat ng functionality, mabagal. Ito po lahat ng functionality na kayang gawin ni Zoom. So, there, waiting room. Pag blue po siya, that means it's on or enabled. Pag, saan ba ang gray? Yan. Pag gray po siya, that means it's not turned on. So, require a passcode. Naka-blue din siya. Okay. Ano pa? Schedule a meeting. Who can... Okay, here. Join before host. For example, you're running late. You don't want to... You can allow the participants not to be in the waiting room and they can join ahead of you. Para lang maging open yung meeting room. Okay. Okay. So here, this one, mute participants upon entry. Okay, so automatic when participants come in, para hindi po maingay, i-toggle natin yung button na yan. Then, since you have been granted a Wesleyan email address, may free po yung Office 365. Pag naka-on po yan, we can use also in connection with Zoom yan. Can we limit the number of participants in Zoom? Yes, it's up to you. That is what the lock button is for. Okay. Dito po, allow meeting participants to send a message to all participants. Now, there's an option na, like right now, I did, naka-click po lahat yan. Chat, private chat. So, kayo po, nag-chat po kayo, you can contact people inside. A private message to each one. Okay? And hindi mababasa namin yon. But, if I remove this private chat, you can only chat with the hosts and all the participants. Wala pong private. Okay? File transfers enabled. Ibig po sabihin yan, I can attach something. Okay, let's try that now. Sa chat box, meron po ditong attach file. Magsasample lang po ako, ha? I will send you siguro, what will I send? Desktop. Okay. I will send you the ad for today. O kaya kahit anong picture. Ito na lang. So, I'm sending it to you. Kung nakita niyo po, ayan, na-send ko na. You can attach a file and send the file. Okay. Okay. Now, you can also have a survey. Naka-close po siya ngayon. So, parang at the end of the survey, tatanungin po kayo. And then, co-host, allow co-host. Ayan. So, ngayon po, if you notice, all the speakers are co-hosts. So, in that way, I don't have to unmute them one by one. They can unmute themselves. As opposed to the participants na walang host powers, they cannot unmute themselves because I already clicked na bawal po kayo mag-unmute. Okay? Then, polling. Yan po yung sinabi kong parang okay, may tanong po sa akin, what is the most total number of participants for Zoom? Yung pinaka-pro account po niya, 100 participants. And then the next one, I will show you, plans and price. Ay, ba't po clinic? Okay, ito po yun. Okay, so ito po, basic. Pwede po kayo mag-host ng 100 participants, pero po, pag dalawa lang po kayo sa room, unlimited po yung time. Pero kung more than 2 na, or di tatlo po yun, 40 minutes na po ang limit. Pro account, unlimited meeting time. And then, ayan po yung amount. 100 participants pa rin. Pag business po, 300 participants. Ito po, enterprise, 500. And then, enterprise plus po is 1,000 participants. Okay? So, monthly po yun. Pero mas mura pa pag annual. Okay, asan na ako? Okay. Always show meeting control toolbar. Medyo nakakainis po itong makita kasi that icon on top, laging yung icon po kanina, yung control panel, lagi po siyang lalabas. If you're sharing a PowerPoint, medyo nakaharang po yan sa baba. Okay. Then, yan, screen sharing. Who can share? So, right now, I allowed all participants to share. Okay. Then, who can stop the sharing of the participant sharing? The host. Okay. Annotation, yan po yung ginagawa natin na, okay, I'll try to do it now. So, for example, I want to draw something. Can you see my screen? Okay, I think you can. Okay. And then, pwede kong i-highlight. For example, gagawan ko ng square. Ayan, bibilugan ko. Ayan. I can also, read this. Yan. Parang ganyan po. Okay? So, you can annotate while you're sharing if you want to emphasize something. And then, may spotlight button para po, ayan, you can see my mouse moving. Okay? So, you just clear all drawings if you want to go to the next page. Also, one more thing, I guess I will update my PowerPoint para po makita nyo lahat ng features since hindi pala makikita yung in-zoom screen. May save button po. If naka-enable po ang annotation, you can save the screen actually or grab the picture of your speaker. So, kunyari ngayon, save. So, nakalagay po, screen saved, show in folder. I'll click it now. So, you will see that, I'm not sure if it will open right away for you. Okay. Yan, kita. Ayan po, nagkuha po ako ng screenshot. So, at the exact moment nung speaker, ayan. Kung may gusto po kayong i-clip na PowerPoint notes, yan. Diyan po ginagamit si annotation. Okay? The whiteboard, okay, it allows you to write down as if it's a whiteboard. Okay? The remote control is, pwede nyo pong gamitin yung cellphone nyo to control the Zoom wherever you are, even while presenting. Okay? Non-verbal feedback, if you notice, dyan po sa, if you click on participants po, may mga buttons dyan na you can click. So, yung sinasabi po nilang thumbs up button, dun po yun sa reactions. Hindi po actually literal na we do this. We can do this if all of us have open videos. But if not, dun po tayo sa reaction button. And I'm going to do that now. Where's the reaction button? Kayo pala dapat ang magre-react because I am the one presenting. Okay. Next. Madami po kami. Okay, ito po. Please click this one. Please make sure this is clicked. Allow remove participants to rejoin. Kasi for example po, kanina, there was, yung isa po nating co-host, his name is Mark Anthony David. Ang initials niya ay MAD. So, I was hesitant to add him first because he didn't use his full name. So, if I do not have that clicked and I remove Mark from our webinar now, he won't be able to rejoin if hindi po to nakaklick. Kahit magpalit-palit siya ng email address, makikilala na po siya ni Zoom. Okay. So, please click that blue button. Okay? Allow participants to rename themselves kasi po, when you join, you're using your device. Pangalan po ni device ang lumalabas. So, if I'm not mistaken, I will look now. Baka po meron po sa inyong mga pangalan ay Vivo or whatever. Then, breakout rooms. I already explained that. Virtual background. These are the virtual backgrounds na available kay Zoom. You can also add. Okay. Then, what else? One more thing, if more than 1,000 po ang participants nyo nag-overflow, hindi na sila kasya sa Zoom, we can do live streaming via Facebook, via YouTube, or Workplace by Facebook. Okay. Dapat nakaklik lang po ito and you choose which one you want to live stream. Okay. The problem with live streaming, if no one is watching the YouTube or the Facebook, you won't be able to see the questions. As opposed to here, you can see the questions right away. Okay. So there, that's how you access the controls. Okay. For Zoom. May tanong po sa Zoom.